Yesterday we started with this piece right here and the return on the end. Now this piece is going to come in like this, and this one needs to be coped. So as I bring this piece into position, you can plainly see the end of this piece of crown needs a particular cut on it. Let me show you how we do that. Here was the piece that we just had on the wall. You could see that the bottom of that cut is a little bit longer than the top. So I draw a little mark there just to help myself stay oriented. Now we're going to turn this piece of molding upside down. We're going to put it in the saw. We're going to change this setting to 45 degrees, and we're going to go ahead and make this cut. And again, this crown molding should be nested against the fence and the table just the way it would be nested on the wall, with this being your ceiling and this being your wall. Now here comes the actual coping part. What we want to do is use our saw and follow this profile that was exposed when we made that miter cut. That line between the primer and the raw wood, we want to follow this profile with our saw, and we're going to back cut slightly. And you should end up with something similar to that. Now when I go to put this into place, you can see that we're on the right track here. We got a nice tight fit. So with that dry fit in place, what I want to do now is make a marker here on the corner bead so that I know where to start the miter for this outside corner before we nail anything off. Before we cut anything, I want to note that in previous tutorials, people asked, hey, how do you figure out the miters on corners that are not a true 90 degrees? And on corner beaded corners, that often is the case. They're not a true 90 degrees. So I have a digital angle finder here. I'm going to zero this thing out. I'm going to set this on this outside corner here. Now the reading on that corner is 89.1 degrees. There's a setting on this angle finder that'll tell you the miter. That's the number we want to cut on the saw. Here's the mark where the corner bead is. Miter is going that way. We're going to put it in here upside down. And one of the nice things about cutting crown molding upside down and nested like this is we can actually use this. We can move this from 45 to 45.5. What I mean by that is if we wanted a 45.5 degree miter here and we're cutting it flat, you'd have to change the bevel and the miter setting. It's a little more complicated. You can do it, but to make a half a degree adjustment, it's really simple cutting it in this manner and making your change right here on the miter. I'm going to go ahead and stick this in place, and I'm going to nail it off, but only on the coped end. I'm going to leave this end a little bit loose so that we can mess with this if we need to when we install the other half of this outside corner.